I personally dislike how every year people have become so pessimistic and cynical about gay pride, LGBT pride, Pride Month, whatever you call the month of June. I want to call it rainbow season. I like rainbow season. I feel like it's a natural quality of younger people to find it cool to be cynical about the world, to complain about everything being fucked up and shitty, probably just as an extension of like the teenage tendency to rebel against stuff. I mean, really, what are you rebelling against if you're happy and appreciative and thankful about what you have? I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hated it when I was a teenager, too. There's two big complaints that people make about Pride. One is the big businesses put up Pride flags in June, but they take them down in July. There's always these memes like, companies on June 1st putting up the rainbows, companies on July 1st taking down their rainbows. And it's like, why does that make you feel bad? That's how holidays work. They eventually end. What do we need, permanent fucking rainbows? Is that what you want, for this shit to stay up all fucking year? Do you also want perpetual Christmas and Halloween? Of course it has to end at some point. The second complaint is, businesses put up rainbows here in the West, but those same businesses don't do likewise elsewhere in the world, in countries that are still really bigoted by our standards. There's always these pictures of like a company that changes their social media to rainbows for their Western accounts, but then has an account associated with the Middle East or Russia, China, something like that, and they don't, put rainbows on those accounts. And I'm supposed to be like, oh my god, really? You're telling me that my bank doesn't care about leading the charge on controversial social issues? Yeah, of course not. They're just businesses. They put up rainbow flags because that's the thing to do right now. Our society is cool with the gays. They're just following the trend created by the rest of us. They're not being brave and challenging. But is that what I should require of them? Like, do I need my bank to be brave and challenging? Or my car company? Or my, soft drinks? Am I supposed to be looking to these companies to be leaders on social issues? No, bitch, they're followers. We're the fucking leaders, and they want to make us happy, so they put up whatever stuff they think we like. Let's try being more realistic about this, which in this case is also more optimistic. It's very nice when those things overlap. Let's be glad that we live in a country where it's profitable for these companies to opportunistically pander to us with rainbow flags, instead of in a country where they can't do that because it would be too controversial. Let's be glad that our society has become so goddamn accepting that rainbow season is even a fucking thing. Because it's not everywhere, and it didn't used to be. And if you're a younger person, I hope you can take a moment to realize there are queer people who are a lot older than you. Talk to them. Talk to your queer elders. The world used to be a lot more lonely if you were different. They grew up feeling like the mainstream of society didn't accept them, like they had to hide who they were from everybody else. That fight isn't even completely over in the West. To this day, there are still teenagers who end up on the street because they get kicked out of their family homes for being gay. That used to be way more common. Can you imagine how incredible it must feel for somebody who was born 20 or 30 or 40 years earlier than you were to be able to walk downtown in their city and not be afraid, but even see signs of support and acceptance everywhere they look? Do you know what some of them would have given for the privilege to grow up now, in the future that we're being cynical about? It doesn't make for as many edgy jokes and memes, but really, try and be thankful for what we have, because it hasn't been this way for very long. Okay.